Hello and welcome to the Dan Edwards Show. I am of course the YouTube sensation Dan Edwards. On today's episode we'll be taking a look back at the action from this past weekend here at House of Pain Wrestling, and we're going to kick things off with Renouf on Friday the 26th of July, where the night was consisting of Team Grayson taking on Team Joey, with 5 men on each team in a series of matches leading to a huge 5-on-5 elimination tag team main event. The opening contest was Tristan Wheeler of Team Grayson taking on the team captain, the House of Pain heavyweight champion, Joey Slade. As the match was coming to a close, it was Joey setting up for the Helldriver when Grayson Clay came out to ringside and distracted Joey. This allowed Tristan to take advantage and hit a Dream Valley driver onto Joey to pick up the win, meaning Team Grayson led the night 1-0. The singles action continued next as the leader of the Black Sheep, the Shepherd Johnny Sharp, was scheduled to go one-on-one with the House of Pain Full Throttle champion Jaden Law, but Jaden was unable to compete because of his supposed ankle injury. Jaden announced his replacement for the match was the high-flying Ethan Griffin. As the match was going on, Johnny did target Ethan's ankle and even locked in an ankle lock at one point, but Ethan managed to get out of the hold. Johnny was not happy and grabbed the dog collar that he claimed he was going to put onto Jaden, and as he was setting up to hit Ethan with the chain, Jaden Law jumped up on the apron, grabbed the chain off of Johnny, which allowed Ethan to roll Johnny Sharp up, pick up the win, and even the score for Team Joey at 1-1. It was the captain of Team Grayson in action next as Grayson Clay went one-on-one with Renouf's own Cody Woods. This was a hard-hitting back-and-forth match, and eventually Cody went for his Kobe cutter, but Grayson managed to avoid this and then hit a fairy-tale ending onto Kobe to pick up the win and reclaim the lead at 2-1. It was tag team action next as Broforce of Lance Flashman and Peter Sador, representing Team Grayson, were in action against the badly dressed boys of Davey Thompson and Brandon Brooks, representing Team Joey. And it was the badly dressed boys hitting their double disaster kick onto Peter Sador to pick up the win and even up the score for the night at 2-2, heading into the main event. The main event of the night was the 5-on-5 elimination tag team match with all 10 men competing in their second match of the night. You could be eliminated by pinfall, submission, disqualification, countout, or by being thrown over the top rope with both feet hitting the floor. As the match began, Tristan Wheeler demanded that he started for Team Grayson, but was immediately eliminated by Joey Slade when he hit a Eat Defeat onto Tristan, meaning that Team Joey was up 5 team members to 4. It was Cody Woods getting eliminated next by Lance Flashman when Flashman hit a spear onto Cody and then threw him over the top rope, eliminating him from the match. It was Peter Sador locking in a figure 4 leg lock onto Ethan Griffin next, forcing Ethan to tap out following the injury he sustained earlier in the night in his match with Johnny Sharp. Immediately following this though, as Peter Sador was celebrating the elimination, Davey Thompson rolled him up to eliminate Peter. It was Lance Flashman being eliminated next when Brandon and Davey worked together to get Flashman over the top rope and both feet hitting the floor, eliminating Flashman. But Flashman was not happy with this, grabbed Davey Thompson and threw him head first into the ring post. This distracted Brandon and allowed Johnny Sharp to hit the Yorkshire Claymore, which eliminated Brandon Brooks from the match. It was Davey Thompson being eliminated next as Grayson Clay hit a fairy tale ending onto Davey, which left Joey in a 2-on-1 situation against Grayson and Johnny Sharp. Joey, not going down without a fight though, managed to hit and eat defeat onto Johnny Sharp, eliminating him from the match, leading it to 1-on-1 with the two team captains. As the match was coming to a close, it was Grayson Clay going for another fairy tale ending, but Joey managed to reverse this into a roll-up, pinning Grayson Clay and picking up the win for the team and the win for the night. Moving on to St Anne's now on Saturday the 27th of July, and the show kicked off with a singles match as the Imperial Dragon went 1-on-1 with Joseph Starr. This was a very hard-hitting match, which eventually saw Joe hitting a DDT off of the second rope to the Dragon to pick up the win, much to the delight of the St Anne's fans. The singles action continued next as the former Phoenix, who had rechristened himself DJ Sketch and taken off his mask, was in action as he went 1-on-1 with the Stormbreaker, Marley Hayden. DJ Sketch looked to have things in control, but his arrogance got the best of him, which meant he missed a spin kick onto Marley, which allowed Marley to roll him up and pick up the win. We were scheduled for Xander Scott to go 1-on-1 with the powerhouse punk Mikey McLovin next, but Xander announced that he wasn't going to be in action and had paid off a man to take his place, and that was the bad man Josh Fenrir. Mikey, wanting to get his hands on Xander Scott after he cost him a match in Sawley against Kyle Crimson, demanded that Xander participate and he'll take them both on in a 2-on-1 handicap match, which Xander was more than happy to oblige to. As the match was going on, it was Josh Fenrir doing all the work, and right at the end, Xander Scott demanded that he be tagged in so that he can finish off Mikey, where he hit a cutter and pinned Mikey McLovin for the win. It was tag team action next as the Witch of the Ring Spectra teamed up with the Beastess Dolly Dharma to take on the team of Lights Out Lexi Morgan and the LGBT hero Veronica Blaze. As the match was coming to a close, Dolly managed to take out Lexi Morgan, and then Spectra hit the Hex Factor onto Veronica Blaze, picking up the win for the team. I was in action next as I was scheduled to take on the House of Pain Full Throttle champion Jaden Law, but Jaden's supposed injury means that he was unable to compete, and I think we all know that I would have beaten Jaden with ease, so I should be the House of Pain Full Throttle champion. Jaden announced that he had a replacement opponent for me in the form of his best friend, one half of the tag team champions, the Screwdriver, Zach Roberts. Zach came out to the ring and then said that things didn't feel right and went backstage, clearly too scared to face me. I demanded that my hand be raised and be declared the winner when Zach gave a thumbs up through the curtain and made his entrance to my old Disco Dan music, dressed up as Disco Dan, which was incredibly disrespectful. As the match was going on, Zach just took the mick with what he was doing and eventually gave me my own move, the airplane spin. The referee then distracted me, which allowed Zach to lock in his armbar, where I was forced to submit in a miscarriage of justice. So the winner of the match was Zach Roberts. The main event of the night was a tag team match as the Tribal Beef Grayson Clay teamed up with the King of Steel and Sex Appeal Mike Angelo to take on the high-flying team of Ethan Griffin and Cody Woods. As the match was coming to a close, Ethan was going for a superplex on Mike Angelo, but Mike managed to shove Ethan off of the top rope, then came flying off the top with a splash to pin Ethan and pick up the win for the team. We rounded off the weekend at a brand new venue in Alresford on Sunday the 29th of July, and the show kicked off with singles action as Team Textbook's Kyle Crimson went one-on-one with the high-flying Ethan Griffin. As the match was coming to a close, Ethan went for his springboard flatliner, but Kyle managed to catch him and reverse it into a power slam attempt, but Ethan then managed to reverse this into a roll-up to pick up the win over Kyle. After the match, Johnny Sharp came out to the ring and Johnny and Kyle worked together to attack Ethan until the Heat LJ Heron came running out to save Ethan. LJ then challenged Johnny to their match right there and then, but Johnny declined and said that he will see LJ in the main event. The singles action continued next as the last true hooligan Ruddy was in action, going one-on-one with Joseph Starr. Joe looked to be setting up for a German suplex towards the end of the match, but Ruddy grabbed hold of the corner turnbuckle pad, pulling it down. As the referee Steve was sorting out the turnbuckle pad, Ruddy hit a low blow onto Joe and then pinned him for the win. We were scheduled for tag team action next as the Witch of the Ring, Spectra and Dolly Dharma were teaming up once again to take on Lexi Morgan and a partner, but unfortunately Lexi's partner was nowhere to be seen. Lexi did say that this wasn't going to bother her and challenged them to a 2-on-1 handicap match. As the match was coming to a close, Spectra was going for her Hex Factor, but Lexi managed to reverse this and slam Spectra off of the top rope, but she wasn't aware that Spectra and Dolly had made the tag. Dolly came in from behind and locked in her full Dharma submission hold, forcing Lexi to submit. In the main event of the afternoon, it was the Shepherd Johnny Sharp going one-on-one with the Heat LJ Heron. During the match, the referee Steve did get knocked down, which is when Kyle Crimson came out and got involved in the match. Luckily though, Ethan Griffin was on hand to take out Kyle Crimson, which left us back down to one-on-one, where LJ managed to hit a pile driver onto Johnny Sharp, and the groggy referee counted to 3, meaning the winner of the match was the Heat LJ Heron. Well, that is all I do have time for today, so thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like the video, share the video, leave a comment below, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you next time right here on the Dan Edwards Show.